DJ Moore's in a little bit of trouble with the NFL at the moment, and I'm going to break that all down. Along with that, too, a former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver we all know very well seems interested in coming to the Bears, and he's made it very public. A reunion with Ryan Poles? We'll see. And finally, Joe Thuney, Offensive Player of the Year. I'm going to break it all down, but before we get more into today's show, hit that like button if your team is in first place of the NFC North, a.k.a. the Chicago Bears. I mean, come on now. Look at that right there. Absolutely beautiful. And along with that, too, do you want to win over the Packers this weekend? Comment FGB if you do. And if you like this video, comment FGB and subscribe. You enter to win an autographed Tyreek Stevenson photo when it'll be announced on Monday. Which, by the way, guys, going into this news, cardiac snow out there right now. I just shoveled, and holy cow, am I sweating. And I'm also supposed to be in Paris right now. Shout out to the airlines for canceling my flight at 11 p.m. last night. But anyway, we're here, and we're here to talk about what's going on with DJ Moore as he got hit with a big fine from the NFL from his actions, not against the Philadelphia Eagles, but against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The NFL did a review and gave Moore quite a fine for a small action that he did. A big initiative that the NFL is doing, trying to stop various different actions by players on the field, and Moore got hit. So listen, from Steelers Depot, no fines for any Steelers players for the actions or infractions in the team's Week 12 loss to the Bears. But Bears wide receiver DJ Moore, however, was fined $11,593 for his unsportsmanlike conduct / taunting penalty for tossing a ball at cornerback James Pierce. Again, this is taunting. This right here is the taunting penalty. Moore obviously talking a little bit of smack, tossed the football over at Pierce right after the play was over, out of bounds, a little bit of hitting over there. And I'm just looking at this and I'm like, oh my God, this is football. Like, they're just throwing fines out like crazy right now. I don't agree with it at all. I think that it was a very soft move by the NFL, considering the fact that this is what they're out there doing, and they're practically hitting each other, both going 20 miles an hour, trying to hurt each other. I don't think a few words is going to do much. NFL is trying to set an example, though, so Moore gets hit with the fine, and Moore even had a comment to say, he's like, listen, I plead the fifth. I love it. And I'm really happy with DJ Moore. He's been playing well, so obviously he's going to get a lot more attention, not only from defenses, but also the NFL as a whole, as he's setting an example for those joining the league and what the NFL wants from an elegance standpoint. But DJ Moore, Bears' #1 wide receiver, he's been having a pretty nice season so far for Chicago. I mean, 38 receptions off 63 targets. A lot of these are underthrows, unfortunately, or overthrows, still getting into the groove of this offense. But he's averaging 13.2 yards per catch, along with 3 receiving touchdowns and 24 first downs. A little over 600 yards receiving so far. He's been doing good. He's been getting a lot more attention. Defenses are obviously going to be in his face. They're going to be talking a little bit more smack. Overall, DJ Moore is just a guy that people have to consider week in and week out, especially going against this tough Chicago Bears offense. And he's been heating up. Definitely the best wide receiver we've had over the last couple of weeks. Rome Odunze had a hot start. He's been a little bit more quiet since the attention's gone more to Moore. And along with that, too, Luther Burden and Colston Loveland. But going back to this fine real quick, I think DJ Moore will be just fine. He's had on that 4-year, $110 million contract with the Bears, averaging $27.5 million a year, with $43.65 million guaranteed in his final years, not for a couple of years. So I think DJ Moore is just fine when it comes to this. But listen, I mean, it goes on his NFL record. If it starts becoming a problem, the NFL can do an investigation. They can potentially fine him, suspend him. So obviously you don't want something like that on your record at any employer, but along with that too, especially within the NFL. So DJ Moore hit with that fine. He's out almost $12,000. Chump change to him though. And I like the energy that he's bringing, at least. I like the energy you guys are bringing, by the way. Monster Day yesterday for us here at Just Another Year Chicago Bears, and let's have another one. We're 4,300 away from going full-time, and we're 100 away from our next goal of 40,800. If you guys haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe to enter to win that Tyreek Stevenson autograph photo winner announced tomorrow. Now, this one, a little bit interesting. Tyreek Hill, Miami Dolphins wide receiver, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver, 2010s Hall of Fame team, one-time Super Bowl champion. He's hinted that he's got some interest maybe coming to the Chicago Bears, as he is trying to get out of Miami, it seems like, actively. Currently on a torn ACL. He's in rehab right now, but still, the player that he is and what he has brought to the table and what he's done for both Miami and Kansas City, and a very effective player. And Ryan Poles has a very deep connection to him, considering during his time in Kansas City, that's when Tyreek Hill was brought into play. So This is where it all started during the Philadelphia Eagles and Bears game. Tyreek Hill tweeted out Caleb Williams, during the game. And that was right after Caleb Williams threw a passing touchdown over to Cole Kmet. So obviously got his interest right there. But also Tyreek Hill has clearly wanted out. He wants to go to a contender. He wants to potentially win another Super Bowl. He's been linked to the Kansas City Chiefs, potentially going back there. But this is the only other team he's openly talked about. Bears played the Dolphins earlier this preseason. He was at Hallis Hall. This is before, obviously, his injury. Now he is out, but he wants out of Miami, and I don't blame him. Miami's kind of a disaster right now. He obviously is on a huge contract. We'll get into that in just a second. But his agent even said, Drew Rosenhaus said, Tyreek has not talked to the Dolphins about a 2026 return. That will happen after the season. Usually agents will go, yeah, he's not going anywhere, but he's not the same wide receiver he once was. The name is fantastic. He was a Pro Bowler for the first 6 or 7 years of his career in a row. One of the best wide receivers, deep ball threat, generational deep ball threat, by the way. Him and Mahomes were electric. And we got to see some of that in Miami at a 13 receiving touchdown season. But other than that, his Miami chapter might look good here. It's not as good as you think. 340 receptions with over 490 targets, 12.6 yards per catch, 27 receiving touchdowns, and 231 first downs. And then you go and look at his Kansas City stats, 479 receptions off 708 targets, averaging 13.8 yards per catch, 56 receiving touchdowns during that time, and 302 first downs. The Cheetah was much more of a factor during his time with Patrick Mahomes. But another thing, too, that becomes about him is not only that ACL injury I mentioned earlier, but age is a factor as well. He's on the wrong side of 30. That injury is obviously going to take more time to heal up. He hasn't been playing at the same level that he has been doing, even though, I mean, listen, 5'10", 191 pounds. He's 31 years old. When he's healthy, man, he's dangerous. But attending West Alabama, he was 165th overall pick in 16 by the Kansas City Chiefs. And he's on an absolutely massive, and I'm talking massive contract. He is owed the most money in the NFL for a wide receiver, or his record or his contract at the time. Bears don't have $25 million plus to pay this guy year in and year out. And some people are like, yes, bring him in. And I'm like, all right. And it seems like, let's just put this out there. Bears fans, we're starting to realize we have a good team. We don't need a big name to come out here and also potentially ruin the cap, because the Bears also have a lot of people that have to pay over the next couple of years. You got to pay Darnell Wright. You got to pay Caleb Williams. You know, there's a lot of other factors that go into this one. You got to pay Roman a couple of years too. So big factors going into this one. I don't think Tyreek Hill fits the Bears' plans. I mean, he does have that connection with Ryan Poles, but I don't see it happening. As fun as it sounds, not going to happen. So that's the big one right there for me. And the final topic I want to talk about today is Joe Thuney for Offensive Player of the Year. Why am I saying this? Well, he finished 10th last year in the AP Offensive Player of the Year voting as a lineman. And he's having an even better season this year with the Chicago Bears. He only has 2 penalties, no sacks allowed, 1 quarterback hit, and along with that, under 10 hurries in total through 12 games for the Bears. Joe Thuney came to the Bears. We paid him big money, fully guaranteed contract of a $33 million extension. That being said, we got him for only a 4th-round pick. And remember, we wanted Smith from Kansas City. Well, listen, he's a good offensive lineman, to say the least. But Joe Thuney is playing lights out. Like the stats I was talking about, but there's more to him than just that. And I think he should at least be in the voting. It's quite an honor to have that on your resume, that you finished top 10 with this, because he has been a player and a coach. He's the oldest starting offensive lineman on the Chicago Bears roster. He's tremendously helped out Ozzie Trapillo, Theo Benedict, and also Darnell Wright. You've seen them evaluate to new levels. And because of that, the left side is so much better protected. The run blocking has been incredible on the left side too, helping DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai be as dominant as they are. And then Jonah Jackson's learning a thing or two because he's looking better. And then Darnell Wright's learning a thing or two in his 3rd year of his rookie contract. So it's not even just what he's doing on the field. It's what he's doing at practice. It's what he's doing off the field with these guys and understanding the speed of the NFL. So I think that he should be considered for that award. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section below if you guys think he should be as well. But guys, this is probably my last show in the United States for the last couple of days. I'm going to try to go to Paris again for my 9-to-5 job later this afternoon. So thank you guys for all your support over the last couple of days. Hopefully I take off. I'll keep you guys updated because the background will be in the famous hotel room that you guys are like, whoa, that is a much different background, not Bears related. But guys, with that, thank you as always for tuning into this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. If you haven't already, please go like, comment, and subscribe. But my name is Nick Brody. Have a great Sunday, and I want to hear it loud and proud. Bear down, baby.